welcome to Hot Ones, show with hot questions and even hotter wings. This isn't really quite that hot of a wing.
There we go.
It scores 1200 on the Scoville level. So Matt, you attend college at East Stroudsburg University for education.
Well,
What is your best memory while attending school?
I had a lot of fun times at school, a lot of party memories, but I think my favorite memory is beating Bloomsbury in rugby. That was a long awaited goal, and we did it.
What year was that?
Spring of junior year. 2019.
Michael, you attend college at the Dream and study communications. Tell me, Mike, what's the dream and how do you use that schooling?
The dream?
The dream. The dream in communications.
Well, the dream, for me, is to find a career in post-audio production or work in advertising, or even work for radio. I really enjoy making fun, creative ads using sound recording apps and software, and I've loved the projects I've made so far being in radio practicum.
Nice. That sounds great. Well, we're excited to have you here on the show.
Good to be here.
And finally, Miss Lilly Ekman, a famous cellist and striving figure skater, currently an exceptional student at the prestigious Westchester University. You studied cello there, and we also understand you're an accomplished singer and teacher. Could you tell us a little bit about how you decided on that school?
How I decided on Westchester?
Yeah, with such an amazing talents, I figured.
It was close to home, very affordable compared to other schools, and honestly, I was not set on going to college, so I didn't really apply to many other places, so it was just an easy option.
Perfect. Well, we're really excited to have you on the show. How'd you handle that first wing?
It was amazing.
Tasted good? So Matt,
Yeah.
you played several.
Wait, can we eat this?
Yeah, let's try to eat this. You played several sports throughout your youth. What was your favorite? Why?
It was good.
Well, I'm pretty accomplished in track, so that was I have a lot of good
Would you call
memories
yourself a
there.
prodigy?
No. Just had some good experiences with that. I think just the most fun to play, either football or rugby. Football was a little bit too political towards the end of my career, but rugby was just the most fun to play and be on the field. It's a little crazy.
Nice. Mike, you identify yourself as a nerd, as you found on the internet. Can you tell us what that means to you?
Correction, I actually identify as a geek. There's a difference.
Can you explain that difference?
Well, usually when you associate someone with the term nerd, you're implying that they're also smart and I don't really I don't consider myself stupid, but I don't consider myself to be the brightest guy around. As a geek, usually when you associate someone with the term geek, you do refer to their love of science fiction, comic books, and anything that's not really a sport.
Or nice.
Mike could differentiate that.
I love that too. Good answer, Mike. Good answer.
So tell us,
I'm not a
Lily.
nerd. I'm a geek.
Thanks. We did some deep diving here, and we learned that you're in a band, and you even used to have a dreadlock. Can you tell us a little bit about your musical career and your band?
Yeah, I'm in a band. He plays guitar and I play cello.
What's it called?
Serencia.
Serencia. Where can we find your music if we were interested in listening?
Spotify.
iTunes?
Yeah.
Where else?
YouTube.
Check it out.
YouTube? Wow. Check it out. The link can be found below.
All right, ready to win. They're all good.
All right, third one.
Okay.
We're getting into the hotter ones here now, folks. This is our heartbeat hot sauce, pineapple habanero. Looks quite delicious, if you ask me.
This is really
All right, let's start third week. Yeah, you guys can start. Go ahead and start eating. I'm gonna try to blow through the questions here a little bit faster.
Fantastic.
Matt, we understand you have a tattoo. Can you show us?
What?
Wow,
I didn't know that.
quite good ink. Do you remember who did it?
I forget the guy's name.
Just a
Black Cat.
Black Cat.
Privacy.
Okay, great. Can you explain what it is and maybe why you have it?
It's a mountain range in South Africa. Devil's Peak, Table Mountain, and Lion's Head. And it's mostly to commemorate my study abroad in South Africa, but I chose the mountain range because we hiked the 3 mountains in one day from sunrise to sunset. So it's a long day.
Pretty
It was
cool.
Very fun.
Pretty
One
cool.
of my favorite
Favorite trip.
memories from the trip.
Nice. So, Mike, we see you typically wandering around the house with large belt buckles.
That's right.
You seem to have a significant collection. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Clarify for me?
Tell us a little bit about your belt buckle collection. What kind of things do you look for in a belt buckle? What's your favorite belt buckle?
The best way to explain is to first tell you how it started. So growing up, I was a really shy kid. Making friends was a little tough for me, and getting myself out there was difficult as well. But after a couple years of theater, I realized how much I didn't really care about what other people thought of me, and I started to become more comfortable with the part of me that loved comic books, movies, and science fiction. But I'm the kind of person who doesn't like to do things small. I gotta go over the top. So I was thinking, how can I show people that I'm proud of who I am, the person I want to be? So, and on that thought, I look to my left in the surf mall of Ocean City, New Jersey, and I see this glowing Batman belt buckle right next to a belt, and I'm like, that's it. That's the answer. From that point on,
Juice weasel.
I didn't know that. So senior year, I started showing off the belts in school, and people really seemed to catch on to the idea. They loved what I was doing. They loved the collection, and as of now, I sit at 57 belt buckles.
Whoa.
Each buckle represents a certain thing that I love or an aspect of my personality.
Lily, you have to join us.
Wow. Well spoken.
Yeah, that's great.
And I don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Well, we look forward to seeing your
Where to see
next
those?
buckles, and for Lily, we'll get to show you these, hopefully, right after our broadcast.
Cool.
Lily, similar to Matt, you're one with tattoos. Could you share maybe one or two of them and maybe a story behind it?
Third one. I have 3 total. This is lavender, and my younger sister and my older sister both have this tattoo as well. And we just kind of wanted to get a sister tattoo, and there was always like lavender growing, and my grandma likes lavender, so that was just something that I thought we would get.
Awesome.
Where we at now?
Cool.
Yeah, what are we?
We are now on to our 4th sauce. Can you tell us kind of where this might have came from and kind of what you're doing there?
That was also from my South Africa trip. We did a 9-day garden route road trip, and that was one of the first few nights. I can't remember exactly which night, but me and my buddy Liam, if you see this, what's up? My buddy Liam from Australia, he, we were playing rugby on the beach, and everybody came down and said the sunset's going to be crazy, and it was crazy. Some of the coolest skies I've ever seen. So that picture is from that.
Awesome, awesome. Michael, we also did a dive into your Instagram. We found this one. Playing hide and seek at Walmart because I'm 5.
Ah, that's a good one.
Can you explain the story to us?
So, my good friend Grace, if you're watching, hi. She and I have been friends for a long time, since we were in elementary school. And it wasn't until after I left for college, like when I started coming back, we started like the weird tradition of playing hide and seek in Walmart, because at one point she needed help going shopping at the time. And all of a sudden she just said, hey, let's play hide and seek. I'm like, what? And pretty soon we just started splitting up and hiding in different aisles of the store. So then, in this photo that you just showed everyone, that was taken this Thanksgiving break when we were looking for something to do. We had like a night out in the town. We tried to go bowling, but that didn't work out. And Walmart was just right next door. The minute we walked in, we just started playing hide and seek, and literally we would hide in like different aisles around the store and text each other hints about like where we were hiding. It was a really fun night.
Now, diving a hair deeper into Miss Ekman's Instagram, we found an interesting one here that we all couldn't explain. So,
We all come out of swing.
What? That's new.
So my dad just got the new iPhone.
Oh wow.
And he was just taking funny portrait pictures, and it was fall, so I just wanted to be funny, and I just put a pumpkin on my head.
That's good balance. I'm impressed by that.
and we do appreciate it. Instagram appreciates. All right, so everyone's made it through round 4, which we call the warm-ups. We're gonna jump into some hotter sauces and even some hotter questions. Go Matt.
Oh my!
You'll be teaching history. Tell us what's your favorite time period. Why?
Well, I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite time period. I do like to learn about like kings and queens and stuff like that. Right now I'm in a class about revolutions, which is late 1700s. Late 1700s in France and early 1900s in Russia. But I like kind of like learning about royalty and kings and queens and that kind of stuff.
Nice.
But I also my focus for my biggest paper of my degree was on apartheid in South Africa, so that's a major interest.
Awesome. Mike, we understand you spend a fair amount of time working, particularly in the summers. You spend a lot of time at the movie theater.
It's true.
Can you tell us what your favorite job's been in your career, including your endeavors in college?
Well, if I have to be honest, I think working at the movie theater has been my favorite job because, for one, huge moviegoer. So working in the movie theater gets you.
Do you get any benefits?
Sorry.
Oh, plenty of benefits. That's amazing. Oh my gosh! Wow, that's hot. I get 2 free tickets to any movie I want to see. I get 50% off on concession stand food, and even when I'm working, I can still watch my favorite movies whenever I want. If I'm ushering, meaning being the one who cleans the theaters, all I have to do is look at the schedule of what movies are playing, and I walk it into whichever one I want to see.
You sure you want your boss to know that?
Nah, they'll be fine.
Lily, we know you're a cellist, a talented one, and we were curious what period of music do you relate with the most? And what would be a piece that you consider part of that period? Defining of that period. Wings getting me a little bit.
Like the romantic period.
You're gonna have to speak louder for the
I
audio.
like the romantic period. I also like classic Bach, the Baroque period.
Would you hum a little Bach Baroque period for us?
No,
Maybe just give us the
not
tune.
really.
Matt, we understand that you're not particularly a big video game player, but recently you've been diving really deep into this. Can you tell us a little bit about what your most recent endeavor was?
Most recently, we played Mortal Kombat today in Mike's room. I loved it. One of the most violent games I've ever played, though. On the contrary, I like sports games. Been playing a lot of State, and I also really enjoyed playing Mario Tennis with you guys. Good time.
That was a good time.
Nice. Thanks, Matt. All right, Michael.
Yeah,
Opposite your brother, you play a lot of video games.
true.
Can you tell us a little bit about your favorite game and why it would be?
Oh, that's a tough one. I play so many, and it's hard to choose my favorite.
How are the wings doing for you, Mike?
They hurt. They hurt. Thank you for asking.
Fun show.
So, I think my favorite game really, that I played constantly with my roommates back in college. If you guys are watching this, I love you. Super Smash Bros. Because you just get like a taste of every classic Nintendo video game, and you get to fight in like every character, in like one character. You can fight Mario as Sonic, as Captain Falcon against Link. It's a really creative game, and I really do enjoy playing it. Oh my god!
Wi-Fi is hot.
All right, Miss Lily.
Nick, you want water?
Yes, please give me water.
So we know you enjoy doing art. What is your favorite kind of
I love watercolor.
art? Watercolor.
Period.
Have you done a lot of
And
watercolor
like
recently?
fine line art.
Fine line art. Awesome. How you doing with the wings?
Milk too.
They're a little hot. This one's kind of sitting around, honestly.
Okay, I give in.
What do you guys think? You guys ready to jump forward to the next one?
Yep.
No.
Let's get it moving.
Oh. All right, Matt.
You're not the one tasting
Thanks for
it.
getting into the first one here. Yeah.
Matt.
We understand you recently picked up the guitar. What drove your interest in that?
Big fan of rock and roll. I love Led Zeppelin, AC/DC. Very prominently known for their guitarists, Jimmy Page and Angus Young. And
If you had to model yourself after one guitarist, who do you think it would be?
it's tall shoes to fill, but I love Jimmy Page. He's the man, so I'll probably say him. Not as wild as Angus Young. More focused on the craft.
Understood for sure.
No, but absolutely a beginner. I only know 3 chords.
Cool. Well, we look forward to hearing your future playing. Mike, you've been into drawing a lot recently. Could you tell us a little bit about what you've been drawing? Maybe what your favorite thing to draw is?
So, I wouldn't consider myself like a professional artist. My expertise lie around drawing cartoon characters, like anything that's like 2-dimensional. I've drawn a lot of video game characters, mainly Sonic. I have also drawn a lot of Mickey Mouse characters and cartoon characters that I've seen on TV. Like mainly characters from like Nickelodeon Cartoon Network. They have like interesting designs, but they're still very iconic. So when I do draw them, I still take great pride in like how they turn out. You know, like
You're rambling a little bit now, son.
you know,
Let's get on to the next wing.
No, take your time. Take your time, dude.
Take your time.
I'm in a lot of pain.
Oh, this napkin.
Next one,
Is
I've
it
been
getting
thinking
you?
about for days.
Yes, but anyway, I really just love drawing cartoon characters because I grew up watching a lot of them, and when I draw them, I reflect back on my childhood, and
That's a great
it
answer.
makes me really happy.
Now I got it in the bowl, but
Lily.
throw the sauce.
We've heard you're into ice skating and rollerblading. Where'd that interest kind of develop?
Wait, did you do this one?
I think I've always just liked it.
I think you corrected us there to rollerblading. Could you tell us the difference between blading and skating?
Skating, blading is like four wheels in one line. And skating is like the 2 and 2.
Awesome.
But I've always liked skating. I don't know when I started liking it. I think I've just always liked it.
Nice. So Matt, we know you have a deep love for rock and roll, specifically an interest in the 70s. Could you tell us what your favorite band is from the time period and why it's so relevant to yourself and what you enjoy?
It's hard to pick a favorite. Lately, I've been really listening to a lot of AC/DC, but my all-time lately a lot of Led Zeppelin. My all-time probably AC/DC. I really like the Who. I really like the Rolling Stones. I like the Beatles. I like the intensity of rock and roll and the high energy.
Awesome, man. Definitely have to agree
And
there.
the attitude.
High voltage rock and roll.
Absolutely.
All right, Mike. How'd that last one go for you?
Well, it makes this a good question because I might be done.
Okay.
You can still answer
You're a big fan of pop culture. Could you tell us a little bit about what pop culture means to you
Pop culture?
and what you think it will look like here in the future with an ever-changing technological world?
Well, that's a good question. You know, like when I think pop culture, I think about a lot. I think a lot about entertainment, really. I think about like how movies have really evolved since like the '70s, and how like I also think about like how superheroes have come a long way from like these from like comic books to like these old cartoons to revolutionary films. I think going forward in the future, I unfortunately have to say, I think movies are going to kind of start going downhill in the future because we've had so many great original ideas that Hollywood really depends now on reboots.
I'm shaking.
So it's hard to say, but pop culture is a really huge world. I think there's going to be a lot of uprisings and a lot of downfalls. So we'll see.
Great. Lily, when you aren't playing music, we know that you like to listen to it. What's your favorite kind of music to listen to?
World music.
How would you describe world music?
Indian music, flamenco music.
Flamenco music.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tend to like about that?
You know, use the next one.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be sick.
It's different, for sure. Awesome. How are we doing after that one? I have to say, I have heard in my experience hosting that last one, although these rank a little higher on the Scoville, that definitely tends to be the worst one.
I think I'm done eating wings.
Don't hurt me. You're checking
Get
out.
some regular wings over here, Mikey.
Only 2 wings left to go. Why don't we go ahead and take a bite?
I tried my best, guys. I'm really sorry. I'll
You
let you
did
down.
great, Mike. You did awesome, Mick. I'm impressed.
Jesus, I don't think
Holy shit.
The best.
Alright,
Sorry.
we're gonna stick to some shorter questions now.
Okay, I can't do this.
What's your favorite quarantine activity and why?
I've really been enjoying learning the guitar. That's my answer.
Great. We've enjoyed it. Mike, your favorite quarantine activity?
Reading comic books. I've read a lot since
Okay, I'm
I
gonna take a bite. Yeah.
So Miss Lily,
I'm still on a streak of all the full wings, man.
how's your quarantine been going? Working on right now, what can we look forward to?
School stuff and teaching stuff.
Awesome. If you had to look 5 years into the future, where do you see yourself?
Hopefully a teacher. Hopefully a bunch better at guitar.
Aw,
Maybe coaching or
feeling okay now.
doing a club of some sort, skiing board, field trips. As of right now, that's where I stand.
I'm gonna get this ready.
Mike, if we had to take a look 5 years into the future of Mike Firuta, where would he be and what's he
Here
doing?
we go, here we go, here
My
we go.
future, just like Matt, I hope to either be living or in the city, either Philadelphia or New York, or at least close to one of them. I hope to be in a good relationship.
Miss Lily Ekman,
Okay.
we look 5 years into the future, where do we see her?
I have my own cello studio. Big full cello studio.
Full of students?
Very successful students.
Beautiful.
I just want to say for the broadcast, thanks to our interview for setting up the questions. And you did a fantastic job. Delivering your questions and handling the links. Great job.
And you made all your